Hello and welcome to the homework section of Module 1. This is where we're going to get you up and running in your Revel textbook. Now you obviously clicked on this link, Introduction to Revel, to get here. But what we're going to do now is click on this, your Revel textbook. Now I hope you didn't skip it. Obviously you didn't skip it if you are here, but a lot of students skip this. They go straight here and then they end up with problems, questions, and so forth. So Pearson, the publisher, keeps changing the way Access works here, and it's kind of frustrating, but this is the way they've got it this semester. It's supposed to be newer and better. We will find out. So click on this. This will take you to the Barnes & Noble bookstore, and it'll list your classes. I think you'll see all your classes. I'm not sure because I don't get to see everything students see. But at least it will list our class, and that's the main thing. So you will see here any minute the textbook we're using, and here we go. I don't know what's my end or their end, but here we are. Okay, we've got this is may not be your section, may or may not be, okay, but your section will be listed there, and we'll see Revel for Personal Finance. There it is. Now, all you have to do is click here, Launch Courseware. Click on that, and the first time through, it's going to ask you to register. It's going to want your email address, going to want your name, going to want user and password and all that. So you're going to set up an account. So just follow the instructions very carefully and get set up. And after that, you won't have to do that again. Okay, you'll just log in and it'll take you to this. And you won't see any of this stuff, but you'll see this. Again, this may or may not be your section. So once you get to this point, just click on here, and that takes us into the textbook. So, and it, who knows how long it's going to take. I should have come prepared with a couple of jokes to pass the time while we wait. But okay, here we go. And I'm going to click on, this isn't what you're going to see. I'll click on Student View here as soon as it's available. And that, I hope, lets me see things exactly what you will see. Okay. So, there we are. Okay. Well, let's just click on Start the Assignment. And you'll see this. Okay, now the first thing you're going to see is a lot of stuff that you typically see at the beginning of any textbook. Okay, they're telling you who did the printing and the publisher and all that. Over here, click your way through it. Just kind of page your way through, and it's going to take a minute to get to where we want to get. Okay, dedication, the authors are dedicating this to whoever. You can read that if you want. Introduction to Personal Finance Experience, they're going to tell you how great the book is and all that. And it is, and it's good. Okay, obviously, I think it's good. I've used a few different ones in teaching this class. Okay, introduction, challenges, A lot of it's directed to the instructor to try to convince them to get to use the Revel story. Again, more stuff about how great the book is. Just keep on paging through this, and it's telling you a little bit about the book and some of the things it does and covers. Just keep on going, and you can read it. Again, feel free to read it if you want. Table of contents overview. Let's see, we're going to have to go down here. Gonna have to go down, whoops, down here. You might have to go down there to scroll down. But it tells you about all the stuff. Okay, there you have it. Keep on going. More stuff. Keep on going. Acknowledgements. Thanking everybody who made this possible. Again, oh, here are the reviewers. I was one of them, but I got left off for some reason. Still haven't recovered. Okay, letter from the authors to the instructor. Okay, the reason I'm paging down is because there's something I do want you to see when we get there. I don't want to skip it. Okay, about the authors. Well, that's interesting to know about the guys who wrote the book. Okay, and I think this is the last one. This one takes a second. This I want you to do. Okay, took a little bit of work to get to it, but how to use personal finance experience. How do you use Revel? This definitely do. Okay, so you go scroll down here. This is a video. Okay, click on the video, and it's going to take you through and then tell you about this thing. Okay, now scroll down. It's going to take you through a kind of an example of how the thing works. There's a sample video that you'll run into later in the course, and then it just introduces you to how this textbook is set up, and you're going to see questions in the chapters and that kind of thing. So this is important. I want you to do it. Doesn't you don't get any points for it, but it tells you how this thing works. Okay. When you're done with that, go to the next page. Okay, do this simulation. It's you can do it as many times as you want. It's trial and error, until you get the right answers. It's kind of a pain a little bit. We're not always going to do these, but this one is interesting in that I think there are some controversial answers. I'm not convinced of some of the correct answers. So we'll discuss this in one of our discussions. And when you're done with that, keep on going. And now, finally, okay, we're in the meat of the class. Part 1, planning your finances. Well, you've seen this before there in the introduction. And keep on going. Read that, of course. Now you're in the textbook. Now you're in the meat of the material. Well, there we go. Financial Planning, Chapter 1. Starts off with a video. You'll see these videos sprinkled throughout the course. And learning objectives listed there. And just keep on going through Chapter 1. And here, well, more stuff, another video. And you just keep on going. More money is not the answer. I find that interesting. I would say more money is at least a little bit of the answer. But I know what they're trying to say. Here's what they're trying to say. You can outspend any income. Any income. We read all the time about entertainers, athletes, people who come into money, a big amount of money. Sometimes tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars, and they don't know how to manage it, and they spend it all. And then we read where they're bankrupt. They're deep in debt after earning tens of millions of dollars. That's what they're saying. You can, it's like, okay, I'm a guy who's always trying to lose weight. You cannot work out hard enough. There's no workout hard enough to overcome bad eating. I've learned that like 1,000 times. In the same spirit, there's no income that can overpower reckless spending. So it is the spending side is something you've got to take care of and managing, and that's what we're going to learn in here. So anyway, there's more and more and more. Just page your way through it. I think you've got the idea. There's questions at the end. It's the quizzes at the very end. Well, I better page through it. In fact, I'm gonna pause this to take you out of your misery, and then I'll come back when I get to the page I want. Okay, I should go through the chapter. There are questions embedded in the chapter. Do those as you go. Now you get to the very end. Finally, you get to the chapter summary. Okay, and then there's the homework. Now the homework is you get as many shots of this as you want. Now you could, if you didn't care if you learned anything, just go back and get the answers, trial and error, and you'll get all these right. But the goal is kind of to learn this stuff, right? This is real world stuff. I hear from students all the time that this course should be required. This should be required in high school, should be required in college. And frankly, there's a loud cry out there that it should be from lots of quarters. It's nobody's interested in this stuff. I mean, high schools aren't interested. There are a few high schools that teach. Colleges aren't interested, even including this one. Not really. Anyway, for whatever, nobody is interested in this stuff. But this very well may be one of the most important classes you take as far as lifelong impact. So you do want to learn this stuff. So anyway, this is a little homework problem. The homework counts. It counts towards your grade, but it's not a lot because, like I say, it's you get a lot of shots at it, and hopefully it prepares you a little bit for the quiz. Now the quizzes, here we are. You only get one shot at it. See, here we go, one try. So the quiz expects that you know the material. And the quizzes, by the way, are half your grade. So you do actually get tested. And this is where. Think of this class as a series of, 13 or 14 exams. We don't have any exams in the class other than these quizzes. These quizzes are the exams. So you want to be ready when you do the quizzes. Okay, that is it. That's the intro. Hopefully you're still breathing and still awake. But each chapter, each module is set up this very same way. Okay, we'll see you in module 2.